Want to know why? Ask how. Except, this is not a normal Howard the Humongous. This is a political statement that I am personally making to you because this is the most important election possibly of your lifetime and certainly of mine. And I want to give you my own personal opinions on the subject. Here goes. The James Comey FBI scandal has covered up the most vital fact of this election. Donald Trump is everything he accuses Hillary Clinton of being. He is a criminal, a liar, and he is corrupt. Here are some of the facts that have been crowded out of the headlines by Comey's FBI bombshell. There are 75 current court cases pending against Donald Trump. Yes, 75 court cases. Which means that if Trump enters the White House, his tenure will be racked by one scandal after another. Remember, Trump has been the subject of 4,500 lawsuits. He is one of the most sued human beings on the face of planet Earth. He is involved in more court cases than anybody else you have ever seen. Trump will be in court in November for fraud and racketeering, thanks to Trump University. The cases against Trump University include a $40 million class action suit. And now let me remind you about what Trump University did. It took elderly people, tried to take not only all of their savings, but got them to sign up for every credit card they possibly could, then to max those credit cards out, which meant those people would be living off a debt paying 17 or 18% interest on that money that could literally kill them, fill their systems with glucocorticoids, stress hormones that literally are killers. Trump was killing the elderly in order to make money. That's vampirical. Things in his court cases pertaining to Trump University do not look positive for Trump. Trump did what he always does. He attempted to destroy the people who dared complain about his so-called university. He sued the female lead plaintiff in the class action suit against him. The judge did not see things Trump's way. The woman who felt she'd been defrauded was awarded $798,000 in legal fees against Donald Trump. That's close to $1 million. That's how fraudulent the judge measured Trump's case against a normal American human being to be. In other words, the judge saw through Trump's claims. He saw that a rich and powerful man was trying to squash a normal American citizen like a bug, a citizen like you and me. Why? Because she opposed him. That is the Donald Trump way of doing things. Anyone who criticizes Trump is evil and must be shut down. That is the very opposite of freedom of speech. It is the very opposite of America's core values. But Trump's November court case will not be the end of Trump scandals to arrive immediately after the election. Donald Trump will be in court again December 16th in the case of raping a 13-year-old in 1994. Trump allegedly tied the girl to a bed and forced himself on her despite her pleas that he stop. Then he allegedly threatened her and her family if she told on him. A witness in the case says that she also saw Trump forcing the 13-year-old and a 12-year-old girl to, quote, perform oral sex on him and then physically abuse both of them afterward, close quote. Then there's the story of a Trump server set up solely to deal with his Russian connections. Even some on the left feel that story may be wrong. But it's as real as the phony idea that Hillary Clinton's emails are criminal. A totally phony idea. On top of that is the fact that Fred Trump, Donald's dad, was arrested in 1927 after a Ku Klux Klan riot in Jamaica, Queens. Why is this relevant to Donald? Because Donald Trump learned how to be a predator from his dad, a predator. And he learned how to cover up. Trump has a 34-year history of doing what he accuses Hillary Clinton of doing. He's been ordered by the court to produce evidence, then he has destroyed the evidence before the court can get to it. A new Newsweek story reveals that Trump learned this tactic at his father's knee. He learned it in a racial discrimination case against Donald and his father in 1973. Every time the court demanded evidence, the Trumps destroyed it. Then there's rigging the system via corruption. When former Texas Attorney General Greg Abbott investigated Trump University, he found its teachings were worthless and that it encouraged illegal actions and that its practices constituted civil fraud. But Abbott failed to prosecute. Why? Well, he later received a $35,000 contribution from Trump. Just like Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi, who got complaints from Trump University students, then accepted a $25,000 Trump donation and became a Trump cheerleader. And again, in the true Trump way, even the donation to Bondi was handled illegally. The money came from Trump's foundation, and foundation giving to a politician is a violation of the law. Then there are Trump's lies. The Washington Post contacted 420 charities that Trump is supposedly connected to. It found that Trump had only made one charitable donation in the 8 years from 2008 to 2016. One charitable donation in 8 years, despite the fact that Trump claims to have given away hundreds of millions. The one gift was a $10,000 donation to the Police Athletic League. Good. But let's get back to Trump's 4,500 lawsuits and the 75 court cases hanging over his head right now. Jason Chaffetz, the Republican chairman of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee, says he has 2 years' worth of investigations of Hillary Clinton lined up. In other words, he has 2 years' worth of trying to destroy the Clintons, something that the vast right-wing conspiracy has been trying to do since 1992, and some estimate that the Crucify the Clintons industry has been financed with $500 million to destroy the Clintons, because even when you make a false accusation, that accusation lingers in the public mind. But what Chaffetz has lined up for Hillary is nothing to the string of court cases and scandals that Trump's criminal ways would subject the nation to. Jason Chaffetz's message, or his plan to persecute Hillary, on the other hand, delivers a message. For 8 years, Republican leaders like Mitch McConnell and John Boehner have kept our government in a straitjacket. They've viewed their tenure in Congress and Senate as an opportunity to destroy the career of Barack Obama, which means they've utterly failed to take care of the nation's business for 8 years. We have to stop this attempt to sabotage America. The only way to take back the governing powers that belong to all of us is to throw as many Republicans as possible out of the Senate and the House and to achieve a Democratic majority. Donald Trump is everything that he accuses Hillary Clinton of being. He is a criminal, a liar, and he is corrupt. The fact that 40% of the American public does not see through this is downright scary. Please keep this in mind and vote, 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 vote. This is not a Norrell Howard the Humongous episode. This is a personal political plea. Get out there and vote. This is Howard the Humongous speaking to you from the future, that with this vote, it is really your job and my job to make. Or want to know why? Ask how. And now for the insidious little off button.